Peace and blessings. My name is Cinnamon. I am the creator of Grandma's Secrets. It is an anthology book packed with so much knowledge and wisdom that is passed down from our elders. And we're getting all these stories put together. We're putting them in the book. Today, I am here to talk to you about the biggest 5 reasons that relationships don't work. First, we don't even know ourselves. We don't know what we want out of a relationship. We just jump from relationship to relationship because it makes us feel good to be in a relationship. Feels good with all the things that come with the relationship, like sex and all that stuff. Oh, it's so fun. But we don't really sit down and take out the time to figure out what we really want. Like when you go to a restaurant, you look at the menu, you order something, and usually if you order a steak and you want it like medium rare, what if it comes back rare? What do? You send it back. A lot of times when it comes to relationships, we don't even have a clue what we want in the first place. But even if we have a slight clue, if we get something that's not what we wanted, we stick in there. For what reason? Because we don't want to be alone, or because we just like the status of being in a relationship, or we like to show this person off, or whatever. But these are things we need to stop. The best way to do that is to sit with yourself, meditate, think about what makes you happy. Write out a list of things that you want out of your mate. You can even, for those of you who are into astrology, do your research. Find out what zodiac signs you are compatible with. Don't just keep jumping from people to people, not even doing your research, your homework. Find out what you're compatible with. Find out what kind of things you're attracted to. Are you attracted to a tall person, a short person, a person who's very much into health and wellness, or whatever? You need to really take the time, sit down, write it out. This goes for men, this goes for women. Write out what you are attracted to, what kind of person really gets you going. Don't just keep jumping. Number 2. Okay, so number 2 is, once you find a person that you find attractive, they seem to meet your criteria, take the time to really get to know this person. A lot of us don't realize you don't get to see who a person truly is for a good 3 months, about 90 days, just like on a job. You got to pass those 90 days. So during those 90 days, you should not be having sex at all. You shouldn't. You should go on day dates. You should really spend time with this person. Get to know their family. Get to know their background. Because a lot of times people will jump into a relationship, then start having sex, and before they know it, they're pregnant and don't know nothing about this person, don't know nothing about their bloodline, things that run in the family. People don't think about certain things. What if, mental illness runs in the family? What if there are certain birth defects that run in the family? You're not going to know this stuff if you don't take the time to do the research. And then you might have a baby that comes along who's got may grow up and have mental illness, may have certain birth defects that you could have avoided had you took the time to get to know this person. For women, I think it's very important that you take the time and get to know how he relates to other women, especially his mother, his sisters. Find out about how he treated his exes. These are things that will give you heads up ahead of time so that we don't end up in these long-term relationships that are toxic. So yeah, take the time and get to know this man or woman before you commit to them. Yeah, one other thing. We should have like almost like an application. We should have questions written out that we really want to know. Like, did you ever stop to think you should ask a person, have they ever tried to commit suicide before you get with them? Think about that. So have that and some other questions like, what are your goals? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? We give more credence to like job applications and other things than our relationship with this person that we are giving our lives and our future and our commitment and everything to. Yeah, think about that. And number three, we keep trying to change the other person instead of trying to change ourselves. It is very important that we stop saying, oh, I'm going to change this person. You can't make nobody change. That's impossible. You cannot change another person. Another person has to want to change. So always start with self, because when you make changes within yourself, certain people of certain frequencies can no longer be in your presence. So when you do this self work, you will find that you will start pulling different types of people to you. You will pull people who are on your same frequency when you do your self work. Another thing, when you are in the right relationship and you're making your change, your mate will automatically start making changes. That's because you're equally yoked. When one of you takes a step, the other one starts taking steps too. So instead of pointing the finger at your mate and saying, hey, you need to do this, you need to change that, make the changes within yourself and they'll automatically follow. Number four, keep other people out your business. So we do, we like to talk, when we're sad, we want to talk to other people. Only talk to people and get advice from people who have achieved what you are trying to achieve. So what that means is, if you're having problems in your relationship, don't go talking to people who are not in long-term relationships. These are the times where we need to be talking to people who've been in a relationship 20 years plus. Don't go talking to your friend who's been in a relationship for 6 months because she don't have enough advice to give you. Go and talk to grandma, aunt, somebody, or seek out, even if you go online and get relationship advice from people who've been married at least 20 years. Then you can hear the stories and know what makes a relationship last. You don't keep making the same mistakes. These things are so important. So when your friends and family are like, hey, what's going on? People, if they're not, like I said, if they don't have the credibility or the knowledge of what it takes to be in a long-term relationship, just keep your business to yourself. Kind of work on your situation, work on your problems, even if you have to go to marriage counseling, which is something I don't push unless that counselor is in a long-term relationship. Because some people, they'll go to like a counselor on how to raise their children, and that counselor has never had children. You can't take driver's lessons from someone who's never driven. So, same thing with relationships. If you go to a counselor, that counselor better be in a long-term relationship. If not, books can't teach nobody nothing. So think about that. So for those of you who don't know me, you'll be like, hey, well, Miss Cinnamon, have you been in a long-term relationship? Yes, I have. I was married for almost 33 years. My husband just recently passed. But those 33 years taught me a lot. And after my husband passed, I started looking back on things that I could have done better, things he could have done better, what we could have done to make our relationship a whole lot better. And that's why I'm doing this video. So now we are on to number 5. Number 5 is dishonesty, disloyalty, and not being transparent. Dishonesty. Don't say you're happy when you're not. Because if you are not happy, you are not going to get to happiness by lying. You have to say what you're really truly feeling, what you're going through, so that you can make changes. Because if you don't stop and be honest and say, hey, this is what bothers me, this is what we need to work on, you're going to stay miserable because you're not doing what needs to be done to get rid of the problems. Communication is number 1. You must be honest. Disloyalty, that is cheating. Yes, so whenever someone who is in a committed relationship starts flirting, starts giving another person like their time and attention, or just flat out having sex, that is disloyalty and it is cheating. As women, women should never cheat. Your sacred womb is just that, it's sacred. And to have different men going in and out like a revolving door, it's horrible. And if you cannot be committed, you shouldn't be in a relationship. It's best to let that person go, because somebody's feelings will probably be hurt in a way that's irreversible. There have been so many like murder suicide type things because someone wasn't being honest, and so they were in the background hiding, sneaking, cheating, and when the other person found out, it was really really bad. So if you can't stay committed to one person, you shouldn't be in a relationship. You should make it known, hey, this is what I want, and that's it. Don't play with people's feelings. I will do a video that teaches what happens inside of a woman's body when she has sex, and then what happens if she has sex with another man soon after. It's very important that women understand what they're doing to their bodies. So yeah, I'll be doing that video real soon. Transparency. Okay, so I know you say dishonesty and transparency. Are they pretty much the same? Yes, they are. But most people see dishonesty as I'm telling a lie. But when it comes to transparency, a lot of people think that because they're not saying something that it's not a lie. Transparency is a lot having to do with like what goes on in your head. Like, are you sharing what's really going on in your head with your mate? If you want to be in a really truly committed relationship, you have to be transparent, because those things that you hold in your head usually come out in a passive aggressive way, and you end up saying things and very sarcastically or passive aggressively, and you're wondering why your mate responds to you this way. It's because you're responding passive aggressive from not being transparent. Then they're responding to you now, and it's like it keeps going back and forth, and you're creating bigger and bigger problems. Relationships must be built on the foundation of truth, honesty, loyalty, respect. It's one that should have been on here. Respect. So when we don't show respect first for ourselves, the relationship is not going to last, because you can't expect to get respect if you don't respect yourself. And then when you don't respect your mate and you are being disrespectful in any kind of way, that causes so much confusion. And you cannot expect to stay happy or to give happiness, give love if there's no respect. So, yes. I just wanted to do this video because it's like been really heavy on my heart, and I'm like, I have got to get this out there because So many people have been calling me and been, like, hey, this is happening. I need help. So hopefully I can reach more people with this video. Thank you for watching. Um, I hope to see you soon. If you have any questions or if you need any help, you can reach me on TikTok. You can reach me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I am Way of the Genie in most places on YouTube. The best place to reach me is Grandma's Secrets and Grandpa's Wisdoms. Thank you and have a peaceful and a prosperous day.